Yo, how's it going, guys? We're back and we're better. I hesitate saying that because we got our ass kicked last week. The wild card playoff was not kind to us. Well, really just to me. My two compadres, they did pretty good, but um, your boy went 1-5. Oh man, not good at all. So I guess only thing they can go is up. I don't know. I could just go over. What is there? There's 8 teams left. There's 4 games, so I could go over 4. But 1-5. The only thing that saved us was Jaden Daniels, just being a magician, really, and pulling it out against the Bucks. But I wasn't too confident, but Baker Mayfield had that fumble. I mean, it wasn't really his fault, but it goes under the stat sheet as a Baker Mayfield fumble. They've had problems with turnovers, and ultimately that's what cost them. But Chargers, I'm so stupid. Why would I bet on the Chargers? I'm a Broncos fan, man. Like, why would I do that to myself? I don't know, but they have a certain amount of moxie, and I feel like because we got swept by them this past year, obviously I'm like overvaluing how they play and how they are. But the stats showed that the defense was the number one in points allowed. Herbert had a solid year, but they need another wide receiver. I mean, Quentin Johnston's just not it. Lad McConkey, he's nice, man. He's nice. Definitely somebody to look forward to in in the coming future for uh for fantasy. So just something to keep your eye on if you looking for that fourth flex or whatever. Not like the fourth flex, but the fourth person in the flex. And I feel like Lad McConkey would be a great pickup, but um sucks. Sucks. 1-5 is terrible. Um, I mean, we got to talk about the Broncos too. The Broncos did not. They started off good. The defense was solid. They were holding them down. They had their opportunities. We had a fake punt. We called fake punt for the first time all year, and we did it. We got it. That has to be like some, like you give some credit, but it's just tough. You can't be messing up against the Bills. You just can't. You have to play perfect. And they had their moments. They, went out there and they played their asses off, but the as Mike D'Antoni would say, they let go of the rope. And if the defense is constantly out there for 41 plus minutes, almost 42 minutes, you're gonna lose the game. Like you just are. And you would have to play perfect. And the defense did play pretty damn good. And people in Broncos country always want to, be so quick to say, Vance Joseph is trash or they need to get rid of this guy. Like, I don't think that. I love Vance Joseph, man. He got us a record number of sacks this year, and that is scheme. But when you come into the Buffalo Bills house and they got them big boys up there in the line. They they're all like 6'6" plus and pushing 300 pounds. Like you're gonna have to bring it. And our lack of linebacker experience, I'm not saying that they're not good. It's just their experience isn't there. Um, and people would tend to disagree with that. They want people to just be you know, done with the linebackers. Just get them out, Sternad, Barton. Like, and then they're worried about Alex Singleton this next year. So I don't think that to a point where I think Alex Singleton is going to be back and he's going to be good. Um, and we just need to draft somebody. We just need to draft a dog, third round, second round, something like that, a high premium draft pick on a linebacker. Um, but that's for another day. Not gonna go into the draft now, but yeah, that's what basically happened. And then Josh Allen just our DNs couldn't contain. Josh Allen was pulling it out whenever they not fucking run it for 7 yards. Josh Allen would pull it out third and one, hit the sideline, and then he's just too big and too fast and too strong. So I can't I can't be upset because this is the only year that we're going to be feeling like this. There's moments to improve. There's moments that we're going to come back and think like, damn, we had a really good team. We should have done better maybe. But Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes, all these guys, not really CJ Stroud, they have been at this for 5, 6 years now. And this is our first year with the quarterback. So that was our biggest issue. We got to get a quarterback, and then afterwards, we can go ahead and build the team to accommodate him properly. So we were just waiting 9 years, got the quarterback, and then we'll just see what makeshift offense we can do. We got to get a running back, we got to get a tight end, and we got to get another wide receiver. That's all I'm gonna say. All right, guys. Next for this week, divisional round, we got the Texans going against the Chiefs. Chiefs are -8. Unfortunately, I have to take the Chiefs here. Um, -8 is a lot, but I just think, and I think everyone else thinks this too. Um, the Texans are just they're just not in the same league as these motherfuckers, man. They're just not. They have their moments where they have nice splash plays. The defense comes to play. They get a bunch of sacks. They get sacks in bunches. And then the defense, the DBs get their interceptions, get their opportunity, batted balls. They tackle in open field. Like they're really, really good. They're just not in the same league, man. And we saw it already. They played keep away, um, kept running the ball. Patrick Mahomes kept running the ball. Kareem Hunt had a good game against them. They're gonna have Pacheco back. Kelsey's gonna go off. There's stupid ass little option routes. There's just he's just open every time, and they're just not good enough to hang with them. So give me Kansas City -8. Let's go. Okay, next game. We got the Commanders going against the Lions. The Lions are -9.5. So now, if you ever watch the Lions game, you know that they're the mighty aggressive, always go for it on fourth down, unless it's like fourth and 15. The defense has come up since Aiden Hutchinson got hurt. They just got a bunch of fucking ballers and brawlers. They have what they say, I don't even know what the fuck they say. They just have it. Whatever the mojo football, whatever the stigma is, they have it. They know what they have to do. They impose their physicality, their talent, their athleticism. They just every single time, and they just beat you with scheme on top of having elite talent, and that's how they became 15-2. With the Commanders have been a great story. I just watched some highlights of Jaden Daniels. Guy was throwing it all over the field. Their defense came up and they're playing better. The Hail Mary against the Bears. Like it's just this guy, Jaden Daniels, is gonna be a problem um for a few years. So, however, the Commanders have been playing that same kind of aggressive style. And it was not just probably the last couple months, maybe it was just the last week that I really noticed it. But they were the ones that were going for it. They were the ones that were taking it to them, and they have to. I mean, they don't have as good of a team, but they have the quarterback, and the quarterback is just that he's that confident that he's going to do it, and that confidence goes a long way. So that it's hard for me to just say Detroit minus 9.5. I just can't. I just can't do it. So give me the Commanders plus 9.5 because I trust Jaden Daniels. But I do think I think the Lions. So I hope I don't know. I don't know. Man. Yeah, the over under is 55 and a half. The Chiefs game is 41. They're gonna score two more touchdowns in this game. Yeah. Yeah, give me the Commanders plus 9.5. It's way too much. Okay. Fucking God. Okay, I'm just doing it. Fuck it. Okay, Sunday. I mean, all of these are big games. I don't even have to say that they're big games. So Rams going against the Eagles. The Eagles are minus 6.5. Um, everybody's talking about Jalen Hurts and how bad he played. Personally, I don't think of it like that. I think of it as great Packer defense. Um, Society won't say that though. They'll say that if your offense is playing bad, then that means your offense is bad. I tend to respect the defense a lot more. If you can't do what you're supposed to do, like you have to give the defense credit. And that's the same thing with the Eagles defense. The Eagles turned um Jordan Love over 3 or 4 times. You can't have that. I mean, they contained Saquon, got over 100 yards, but no big plays. I mean, he actually, I take that back. To end the game, Saquon had a big ass run and then he just sat it down. So he could have probably had like 170 with 2 touchdowns. But he did his thing, and then Packers did just enough to stay in that game, and they were waiting for their offense to come up, and they didn't. So I think of it as more good Packers defense than bad Jalen Hurts and their offense. But AJ Brown reading the book is not um it's not good for the optics, right? It's always saying like, oh, well, there's something wrong here. I mean, you have your star wide receiver have 1 catch, 3 targets. You're gonna he, I haven't met a wide receiver who's okay with that. So um it's gonna it's gonna cause some unnecessary shrapnel. It's just but if they're winning, then he has to shut the fuck up. But if they're losing, then then in his mind, he has every right to be like, why aren't you giving me the fucking rock? I feel that. I really do. So, but they've been winning. The Rams just came out and took it to the Vikings. I thought the opposite would happen. They sacked Sam Darnold 9 times for a record number of it was like 87 yards in sack yardage, the most ever in NFL history. That's crazy. So is that bad, Sam Darnold? A little bit. But that's really good defense from the Rams. And then their offense was just was going up and down the field, man. And um, will they be able to do that against this Philly defense? To an extent, I do think that they will, because I feel like I can't bet against the Rams anymore. That's how dominant they look. Like they're just playing with something extra, and I feel like they have a chance to win this game. Um, it just depends if Saquon and them can get it going, keep that offense off the field, keep Stafford and them off the field, then I feel like they can win. But I think the Rams defense is pretty good. So give me the Rams plus 6.5. All right, and the final game, the game of the weekend, we have Ravens Bills, and the Bills are minus, or excuse me, the Ravens are -1 in Buffalo. Interesting. Give me the Ravens. I think I think just they're the best team. Um, I mean, I want them. I do. I like Lamar. I like King Henry. Rashad Bateman is a cool piece. Zay Flowers is nice. Uh, and then their big man Pierce getting an interception was crazy. Yeah, I think the Ravens are just that much better, and they've already beat the Bills. So we made that mistake last week, picking the Rams over. I mean, picking the Vikings over the Rams, even though the Rams had already beaten them. Even though it was a sketchy call, a little face mask, but whatever. We'll let it go. Give me the Ravens -1. Okay, and that's it, guys. Um, Me and the boys, we are gonna come back and do a couple pods during the off season, free agency, draft. But we're coming up at the end, guys, and what do we go? So 1-5. So we were at 144, 124. So we're at 145 and 129. 145 and 129. Eesh, eesh. Could have been better, but like I said, we cemented ourselves to having a over 500 record, and we're probably like at like 52% maybe winning percentage. We want to be at 60. 60 is amazing, but above 500 is good. So what can you do? All right, guys, take it easy, and as always, stay classy, San Diego.